we'll have to see. Okay, Ms. Owl, are you ready for me to kick the meeting off? Perfect. Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Warren T. Jackson's Go Team meeting. We will follow the agenda as it has been emailed to you and publicly noticed. I would like to remind everyone that this is a meeting of the Go Team, so only members of the team may participate in the discussion. Any members of the public present are here to quietly observe. For members of the Go Team, please identify yourself when you speak. I'm pleased to call this meeting of the Warren T. Jackson Go Team to order at 3:01 p.m. And our first order of business is to call roll. The secretary will now take the roll. So Ms. Sprinkle, take it away.
Thank you. Please say present when I call your name. Allison.
Allison Atwell is present.
Natalie Aid. No. Jesse.
Present.
Lauren Jones. Okay, I'm here. I know Kim Mack's here.
Yep.
Rayleigh.
Here.
Okay. Izzy York is here, and Jill McDougall is here. Oh, I skipped you, Ben. I'm sorry. I see that you're here as well.
Ben Hill's here. Yes.
Okay.
Jill's here.
All right. So we're just missing Jones and Aid.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Sprinkle. Okay, so this team will only be able to take official action if a quorum is present. Ms. Sprinkle, is there a quorum present?
There is. Thank you.
Amazing. Okay, so we will move on to action items. And our first order of business is to approve the agenda. This was provided to you and copies are in your inbox. Are there any changes to the agenda? Nope. Okay. May I have a motion to approve the agenda?
Motion to approve.
Thank you, Ben.
I'll
Um,
second. This is
thank
Jesse.
you. Okay,
Thank you.
all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say nay. Okay, any abstentions, please say abstain. All right, thank you. Okay, so we will review and approve the meeting minutes from the last meeting. Those minutes have also been provided to you. Any corrections? Nope. Okay, if there are no corrections, may I have a motion to approve the previous meeting's minutes?
Motion to approve.
Thank you.
Okay, a second.
Second.
Thank you. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, all opposed, please say nay. Okay, any abstentions, please say abstain. All right, we will record that. Thank you. Okay, so I think the next step is to move on to our discussion items. And so I will turn it over to Ms. Atwell. Ms. Atwell, if you're talking, or did she disappear? Oh, there you are. You might be on mute.
Yes, I was on mute. Sorry about that.
You're good.
Let me find my screen now. Okay. Give me 1 second. Okay, so today, the purpose of today's Go Team meeting is largely around the strategic plan that we've been working on. So today we want to finalize the strategic plan, and then within the strategic plan, we want to we need to review the priorities that we have listed and then rank them in, our number one priority on down. So we're going to do that today. Originally, I thought this was a budget prep, a budget meeting where I would go over the budget that I was just given, but we are not going to do that today. We will do that at the February 12th meeting. Okay. All right. So, the purpose of the strategic plan is to basically look at the district strategic plan and our school's continuous improvement plan, which is something that, we use here at the school, and we write that yearly. So we are creating a plan that's going to go till 2030. And this plan needs to be aligned with our continuous improvement plan and also with the district's strategic plan. Okay. And our school's 2030 strategic goals and objectives should be updated, approved, and ranked today. And with the school's focus on these strategies will play into how we structure our budget to support those strategic goals and objectives. Okay, so as a reminder, this is the district's 25-30 plan. We'll use this kind of as a guide as we continue through our own work today around our strategic plan and just make sure it is aligned. And previously, we had already discussed this at the last meeting and felt that what we had in terms of goals definitely aligned with the district. Okay. These are the governance aligned portions of the school strategic plan that the GO team will develop. We'll dive into specific strategies and actions as part of our budget development process. This work starts that process. Okay, so again, the GO team loves all these slides. We're right here. Number 5, approve your strategic plan and rank your strategic objectives. We've had our business meeting 1 where we looked at some data, business 2, we looked at the KPIs, looked at our mission and vision, and then we worked on our strategic objectives at both meeting 2 and meeting 3. And so I think we've got the goals set pretty well, and now we can just finalize that. Okay. And this is just repetitive, the same thing. Okay, so this is the strategic plan. And our goals that we set, we have 3 goals. And I'm going to go ahead and just read those goals. Number 1, by 2030, the percentage of students performing at the proficient level or above on the milestones will increase from 76% to 86% in both ELA and math. Goal 2 is by 2030, we will increase the percentage of students in key target subgroups scoring proficient or above on the end of grade milestones exam. Black students, we want to move them from 47.7% to 73.7%. Students with disabilities, we want to move from 31% proficiency to 41% percent proficiency, and economically disadvantaged students from 51.9% to 77.9%. Those percentage came from the KPI document that I had shared at the last meeting. And the 3rd goal is by 2030, Jackson will fully implement a whole child framework that integrates academic and social emotional, increasing the percentage of students in grades 3 through 5 who feel comfortable going to most or all adults for help from 63.2% to 75% on the Georgia School Climate Survey. Okay, and so the Georgia School Climate Survey is something that our 3rd through 5th graders take this time of year every year. And there's a question on it that asks them about having, feeling like they can go to most of the adults in the building. So that's where that percentage came from. That particular survey, perception survey, is where that came from. So those are our 3 goals. Any comments? Does everybody feel good about those 3 goals, the way they're written? Okay.
I feel good about the goals and the way they're written.
I do too.
Okay, great.
It looks good.
So these goals are not that different from our former strategic plan goals, obviously, and our strategic priorities that we had in the different format. They're very similar. And, obviously, we're always about the performance on the milestones for reading and math for all our kids. And we always specifically look at any subgroups that are underperforming. So we've always had goals around that. The newest goal that we haven't done last year, our goal was around attendance. And this one is obviously digging a little deeper into how our students feel in this building. So I have the priorities here underneath the 6 areas that the district has outlined. We went over them previously, but I'm just going to go through them again. What's going to be important here, if there's anyone that you think needs to be taken out or added, then we will rank them. And as you can see, there's, about 16 to rank. So we want to, be efficient with our time. So we'll move through this quickly. So if you do have any ideas, that need to be captured in our strategic plan, we need to discuss it today and add it today. Okay. So number 1, we are strengthening our instructional core, improve student proficiency and growth in literacy and math with focused support for underperforming subgroups, maintain and enhance our signature programs, IB and STEM, build teacher capacity to meet the diverse academic needs of all learners, maintain low class sizes to ensure personalized support for each student, enhance social emotional learning experiences school-wide, use the MTSS framework to provide targeted academic and behavioral enrichment. Expand, enrichment needs to be changed to support. Expand opportunities that spark inquiry, creativity, and deep engagement in learning. Acquire Cognia accreditation and recertification in Cognia STEM. Provide pathways that allow exceptional staff to grow and extend their impact. Offer ongoing professional learning aligned with student needs and instructional priorities. Increase authentic family engagement to strengthen the home-school connection. Collaborate across teams to align supports, interventions, and expectations while ensuring all students feel comfortable seeking help from any adult in the school. And ensure structures and processes that support strong instructional practices and student well-being. That one needs to be rephrased. And use data to guide decision-making, monitoring progress, and allocate resources effectively. Okay, hold on.
Sorry, one question, and I did review everything in advance. Apologize for not asking in advance, but could you remind me what the MTSS framework? It's
a multi-tiered system of support. So that MTSS, if a child is having academic concerns and is underperforming, we start the tier process, and we start with tier 2. And then that could be around, academics or behavior. And we do interventions, and then we progress monitor data. And then from there, the kids can move from tier 2 to tier 3, which is called the SST. And that's where they go to the student support team meeting. And then the next thing that could happen is a child might get a 504, or they may go through testing due to, maybe to check to see if there's some sort of underlying learning disability or other disability that's impacting their academics so that they are not making adequate progress. So that's that whole chain of how we might get from just tier 1 instruction, which is what happens in our classrooms every day, to trying to figure out specifically what children need when they are not meeting proficiency levels.
Okay, thank you. That's very helpful.
And it's statewide. They've called it many things over the years, but it's been MTSS for a while. And Miss Hunt is our MTSS coordinator. She also does all the 504s. Okay. All right. Anything, I've got to change some verbiage on one of these. So that's minor. Are we comfortable with these? Do we think any of them are redundant? Do we want to take any out? Is there anything we need to add before we finalize them and then rank them?
More of a question, and I apologize. The one program that I don't see on here, I know it's managed very closely by the district, is like the gifted and talented education programs. And how and I didn't know if that needed to be part of wording for strategic plan around how we.
Yes, I think that's a good idea.
Opportunities.
Yeah, we do need to add that in here.
Thank you, Ben.
Um,
I was thinking where in that first one where it says we are strengthening our instructional core, um, for where it says on the first one, with focused support for underperforming subgroups and could
Gifted
we add
learners.
and gifted learners?
Yeah,
It makes
Yeah.
sense.
I thought it was in here. I'm
I
sorry.
did too. When I was
That-
reading it, I was like,
Why is
so
it-
thank you, Ben, for bringing that up.
Um, okay.
But otherwise, they look good from my end. That was just the one question that stood out to me.
I mean, I read them out loud and I did feel like there was some redundancy, but I'm having to, does anybody else feel like there was anything that was like redundant that?
What about I guess acquire Cognia accreditation and recertification. Is that the same as maintain and enhance our signature programs?
Well, and we could actually move that up to strengthening our instructional core. It isn't, because we're going to get totally Cognia accredited, not just STEM accredited. We're going to carry that accreditation that covers the entire school. And then we will actually get this, we will be doing them both at the same time. So, but we can't have our reauthorization in STEM unless we do the total accreditation. So though we will be doing them in tandem. So I could move that up to we are strengthening our instructional core. Or I could move maintain and enhance our signature programs down, because that is we are sparking student curiosity. Kind of can go at either one.
Really good.
Should we leave it, just leave it the way it is, or change it?
I think we should leave it.
Okay. It's kind of just semantics, right?
The one
Okay.
thing, Miss Atwell, that I
Yeah.
saw, like on the second to last bullet point, the ensure structures and processes, I feel like that is present in other bullets, and I'm not
I
sure
agree.
it's necessary.
I agree.
Okay.
I'm gonna, that's the one that I feels like the most redundant, because like that is the MTSS process is that framework.
Yeah, I mean, it shows up there in the SEL piece, in the instructional core, so I think, yeah, we'd probably just
Take that one out totally.
delete.
Because we don't have to have, 2 bullet points under each one or anything like that.
Okay, yeah. And then, I know there's one on teacher capacity, right? That third one in instructional core, but then there's also the offer ongoing professional learning. You all tell me, we have teacher representation here. Like, is that the same, or do you see a difference in those two bullets?
Which one? So I know there's provide pathways that allow exceptional staff to grow and extend learning, offer ongoing professional learning aligned with,
And then like the build teacher capacity bullet on the other side of the page.
yeah.
Feels like it should be like, that's like 2 different bullets, but maybe not 3. But
Well,
maybe I'm splitting hairs. I don't know. How much are we supposed to spend on this?
provide pathways that allow exceptions. I think we should just take build teacher capacity to meet the diverse. I think I can take that one along with offer ongoing professional learning and like combine them in one underneath our strength is our team.
I think that makes sense.
Okay. So as we rank those, we're just going to rank those 2 together.
Okay.
So that way I don't want to go in and edit this right now, because you know me, I'll be all messed up with all my screens. All right. I think
Just
that's
one
good.
question.
Sure.
One more question for the group. Under our schools, efficient and effective, everyone knows and I don't know all the latest details. It's an item for us to discuss later, but should there be a goal or bullet around, promoting a positive transition and good learning environment to like a consolidated, with the consolidation to main campus as part of this 5-year plan?
Yeah, I don't think so that would be appropriate for this.
Okay,
Uh,
that's fine.
But I don't know how you would word that. Um, there's a way to say it without saying, when we close down primary or consolidate campuses. Because, all of these are supposed, we're supposed to be one school and these are our one priorities. Well, there's some loud people outside my door.
Okay.
I don't know, how would you say it? You could put it something like that under our strength as our team.
I was just raising as a question. I don't know if others on the call feel like I do get this is one school. We are already one school. It reflects whether we're on two campuses or not. Just thinking about this from a document that the community will see, they'll be like, well, what about the move to?
And like, is
I don't
that
really-
maybe part of like the responsibility is shared in that family engagement piece?
Yeah, I
Mhm.
don't think you need it explicitly because it's kind of woven throughout all of them anyway.
Okay.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay. All right. Now we got to rank them. So,
Where do you begin?
I mean, there's so many screens that I have to go through. Okay. So now I think, Izzy, we have to vote on this to accept it, then we rank.
Yes, okay, so, I don't know if that's in the general meeting script, but, can I have a motion to approve the 2025 to 2030 strategic plan?
I motion to approve.
Thank you, Jill. I second.
Great, all who approve, say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Okay, all opposed, please say
Aye.
nay. Sorry. Any abstentions, please say abstain. Okay, I'm gonna call that plan approved. Okay. And now we will proceed to the 2026 to 2027 strategic objectives ranking.
Okay. Now this. Okay. So you all should have, I sent this out, so you probably on your computer want to have them pulled up for the most part so that we can reference them. Or I can just stay on them as well. So I guess let's all take a minute right now and if we could just if you will rank them the way you think they should be ranked, just take a second and we can just take a few minutes and do that. I think that would be helpful. So we'll just give everybody like 5 minutes to do that.
Phew, excuse me.
Just so I'm understanding, to each of these strategic plan objectives, are we looking at the top three and then the ones underneath as a subset of those, or is it ranking like each individual bullet and go along here?
We're gonna rank them like all 16 from 1 to 16.
Okay, got it.
So the title doesn't matter, just the priority.
Do we then just put it in the chat of our ranking?
Now we're gonna discuss it. Because we have to decide, so we have to kind of have a discussion and do it while we're here today. Because we cannot work on the budget till this is done.
We're-
This, I guess, question, is that well, or someone on the team, do we have an initial proposed, and then we could kind of respond to kind of how you
Yeah.
rank them or things
Is
like that?
everybody done ranking them? Anybody not done ranking them?
Hmm.
Okay, so. I mean, obviously for me, I mean, the number one goal is always to improve student proficiency. So that's always, for me,
That's
that's
my
where I
number one.
start. Yeah.
Yep.
So that is where I always start, but if anybody has anything else to add, they can add that. Okay, I'm gonna put that as number one. Okay.
Agree.
So what's next? Especially parents, like what is next that was important to you? We have maintaining IB and STEAM, maintaining low class sizes, enhancing social emotional learning experiences. Obviously,
I had that expand opportunities a little bit further up in
Okay.
like, all of that.
yeah, this one right here.
I don't think I can see your cursor, but yeah, the one about sparking inquiry, creativity.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Personally.
I had that one higher up too. This is
Yeah.
Ren. But I
Okay.
have maintained low class size. I know I'm not a parent, but I used to be. But a maintained low
Still are a
class.
parent.
I mean, right. Well, I feel like I'm a parent to all these babies that I love very
Yeah.
much. Maintain low class size. I mean, the smaller the class, the more effective it is for everybody in the room. That's just my 2 cents.
I agree with your 2 cents.
That was my number 2 as well, Sprinkle.
Okay, so I'm gonna just move some stuff around.
I would support moving that one up too.
Okay.
Which one, Ben?
The low class sizes.
I think it was already second, right? Or it was third. Yeah.
We're gonna move it up. Okay. So that we have number 2.
I think 3 should be expand opportunities that spark
Okay.
inquiry, creativity.
Same
I
for
agree.
Ren.
And then I think number 4 needs to be maintain IB and stuff.
Yes.
Agree with those.
Yeah,
Both of
agree
those.
as well.
Okay.
I think provide pathways to allow a sectional staff to grow should be higher, just because I think that lays the pathway for a lot of the other bullet points to succeed and really, I guess, letting those individuals truly have an impact.
Yep. Jesse, I had that in my like top 3 to 5. So agree.
So I just moved it to 5. Is that a good place? Maintain low class sizes, expands.
I personally think it should be higher than 3 or 4 because I think those individuals, when they're enabled, will be able to kind of expand to 3 and 4.
So I think it could go under 2, but I wouldn't put it
Yes.
above maintaining low class sizes because it's really hard to create professional learning opportunities if you have 26 to 33 kids in your class, and we really try not
Yes.
to be there. So,
Agreed.
Yeah, I agree as
uh,
well.
teachers, are you okay with this being moved?
Yes, as long as it's under number 2, for me personally.
It's great to hear the teachers also want that because parents definitely want
Yes,
that.
of course they do. They want it more than you do.
Yeah.
I remember after the hurricane in New Orleans, and I had 26 second graders, and I was like, this is a lot of little people.
Hmm.
A lot.
Absolutely. In one room. Yeah.
Okay. Did I
If
move?
our
Yes.
number
One
one
question on
goal,
if there's some redundant, going back to the point about redundancies,
Yeah.
is that provide pathways for exceptional staff or staff to grow and extend their impact? Is that similar to like the ongoing professional learning to student needs and priorities?
Yes and no. I mean, we could say provide pathways to leadership, professional learning. I mean, it's similar, but I think those pathways would be for those that wanted them, while professional learning is generally something that like everybody participates in. I mean,
Okay,
we
thank you.
have it weekly. So do you think I should add provide pathways to leadership that allow exceptional staff to grow and extend their impact?
Whatever y'all think. I think the way you said that helps clarify the differences for me as I was thinking about those.
Yeah,
So
but I think it's important that like we add that word in here. Okay.
provide pathways to leadership. We can
Yeah.
do some.
Allison, I think the use data to guide decision-making is going to be pretty high up. I mean, the next, possibly number 6.
yeah, I was thinking the same thing, Ms. Friend.
Okay. Got that. Let me, where am I little? Okay.
About collaborate across teams, because I think that vertical alignment, you know, where, you know,
Agreed. Yeah.
everybody's on the same page
Mm-hmm.
and that you're not, you know, feeling like you're going to a different place when you go to 3rd grade, you know, compared to 2nd grade.
They are different
And-
places.
Yes.
And then maybe
That's-
the MTSS framework or the, oh wait, something moved to collaborate. Okay, we're on the same page. Maybe the MTSS framework comes next.
Yes, I agree to that too.
I like Jill's thumbs ups floating across some pages.
And then I think social emotional should go before getting the accreditation.
I thought we had 16. I guess I can't count. Well, I guess I combined one, didn't I? Yeah.
There were 1 or 2 that dropped
We had
off.
14.
There was one around.
One, I combined it. There's got to be one that's missing.
There was one around family connection, like authentic family connection, that I think could
Maybe
go.
we'll-
You know, it's important, but I think could go underneath the Cognia and certifications. Without important that is.
Hold on.
To go before it, or is that what you're saying?
Okay, let me-
After, like, as we're thinking about the resources.
So, improve student proficiencies on there. I'm not looking at the screen, so you guys tell me when I get to one that's not on there. Okay, we've got improve student proficiency, maintain and enhance signature programs, maintain low class sizes, enhance social emotional learning, use the MTS framework, expand opportunities that spark inquiry, creativity, and deep engagement in learning, acquire Cognia, provide pathways that allow exceptional staff to grow, offer ongoing professional learning aligned with student needs and instructional practices to build teacher capacity to meet the diverse academic needs of all learners, because I combined 2. And then increase authentic family engagement. Is that one in there?
No,
No,
I
I
have
don't
to
think
see
so.
that one.
That may need to go higher.
Hold on,
Yes.
let me just paste it in here first and then I'll move it. And then, okay, collaborate across teams is on there.
Yes.
Ensure structures and processes that support strong instructional practices and student well-being are in place.
I thought we
I
were
don't
getting
see
rid of
that.
that one.
Did you
Because it was
combine it
redundant.
or take it
You're right,
out?
Jesse. You're right, Jesse. We're taking that one out. Use data to guide decision making. Is that one in there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, we're good. It was just the one we were missing. Okay, perfect.
Just to throw it out there, for acquire Kanya accreditation, do we think it should be higher? Because, as a part of Jackson, we all know how great it is, but not necessarily like trying to like get more people in the community to join the Jackson family. And then on paper on the website, I feel like that's like an objective thing that may or may not potentially attract more families to
Uh-huh.
go the public route than, all the Buckhead private schools.
So should we put it as number 6 underneath maintain and enhance our signature programs?
I don't like to move it. I think it needs to stay where it is because I think it's in there. So that's important, but that's my personal opinion. I mean, and I want families and all of that too, but I don't think it trumps any of the other things that we already have above it. That's my opinion.
And then when you look at the goals, our top 3 goals, we really need to be prioritizing the objectives that's going to help us meet those goals.
Okay. All right, where do we want authentic family engagement to be?
I think this will go to, and maybe part of my question is not being new to the budgeting and resource process that will start next, right? Like I think of, yes, and important family engagement is very important, but I think that's something like I would look more towards PTO to help drive and support and drive that engagement than I would want the school to use its resources on that.
Well, we have to drive the bus and then PTO is a part of that, but the
Right,
teachers
supporting those,
really have, I mean, teachers and the relationships they build with those parents, that is the epicenter of how we get parents engaged.
Okay,
So
yeah,
I do
agreed.
think, and we do need to keep an engagement priority in our list for sure.
I
But
think it should
What if
be,
we switch
go.
Cognia? Oh, sorry. What if we switch Cognia and the social emotional learning? I don't think we're saying we're not going to do the social emotional learning, but the way it's worded, experiences school wide. I mean, I think I feel like that's kind of saying, like what our house huddles and things like that. I mean, it's
Mhm.
important, but if we want to bring Cognia up a little bit, switch the two.
Yeah.
But I personally think the parent involvement should go perhaps after number 7, between 7 and 8.
Okay, I have it at 6.
and I was going to say 6 or 7. So maybe 7 to just.
6, 7.
I do too.
Sorry, I live
You
with a
had
5th
to do
grader
it.
and a
You had
7th
to do
grader.
it.
I can't help
I
it.
don't even know what that means. I've heard it, but I'm like,
Be glad, Rayleigh, be glad.
Yeah.
we don't do that in
All
pre-K,
right.
thank goodness.
Everybody look this over? Any other feedback? Any other swaps around, strong opinions? Like Rayleigh did say, is that these are all our priorities. So, nothing is going to get thrown to the wayside, for sure. And, most of these things, we're doing it and we are constantly always just trying to figure out how we enhance IB, how we enhance STEM, gifted, EIP, help kids that aren't performing where we want them to perform. All of those types of, that's the work we do here every day. So.
I personally think social emotional learning is a little bit more important than the accreditation. So I kind of liked it the way it already was, but that's just my 2 cents.
That's fine with me too. I was just either one. I know somebody mentioned bringing Cognia up. I think the social emotional learning is part of our everyday instruction. I just think the school wide, I mean, I don't know if we want to reword that. That's the only
I
reason.
wonder if it should say, use the MTSS framework to provide targeted academic and behavioral support to enhance social and emotional learning experiences school-wide, because now PBIS is actually under
Yes.
MTSS.
Perfect.
To
Yes.
combine it.
Combine those two.
And
Yeah.
it'll be a nice 10.
Nice.
Good with that.
Okay. Where is MTSS?
Number 9 in there.
Okay.
This
I
is
mean,
the most efficient
social
we do.
emotional for sure is it's our third goal, and that is a social emotional goal that we have.
Exactly.
And so we definitely, it is an important part. And like I was saying about family engagement, teachers and their relationships with their students, families, like that's one of the first ways to get engaged. And then, with the relationship students have with their students is the first part of trying to create social emotional stability within our kids. Everybody remembers the teachers they loved and the teachers they didn't. And that's a big part of the work that we do is making sure we built those relationships.
Miss Atwell, what did you add the social emotional to?
Right here,
Which-
number
which
9.
one?
Number 9.
Oh, okay. Okay. Do you feel like it should be moved up, or is that good where it is?
No, I think it's fine where it is.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Only because I feel like 6 through 9 are all kind of, they're kind of all woven together. I mean, family engagement, families have to be engaged with MTSS when we are trying to figure out supports and interventions, like we're engaging our families. So it's interesting. These, for me, they all kind of just intertwine all over the place. All right, so those are the priorities. I'm gonna have to go back into the plan and just make those couple edits that we just did. Izzy, I'll turn it over to you.
I'll give a quick time check. It's 3:42, guys.
Yeah.
Just-
Thank you, Lauren. Yep, we
Of course.
can speed by the rest of it. Okay, so now that we've gone through the ranking, may I have a motion to approve the strategic plan objectives ranking?
Motion to
I
approve.
motion.
Thank you. Can one of those people second?
Yeah.
Oh,
Who
sure.
was-
Rayleigh, a second. Ren,
Who was-
second.
Who was the first one? I'm sorry.
Ben.
Ben was.
Okay, thank you.
Ben and then Ren.
Ben. Thank you. Okay, so all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say-
Aye.
Sorry, all opposed, please say nay. Okay, any abstentions, please say abstain. Okay, we'll call that ranking approved.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, everybody. So, the next part of the agenda, as I scroll, hold on. Okay, so we will now move on to the information items on the agenda, and the first is the principal's report. So I will turn it back to Ms. Atwell.
Okay. I'm like, what's on the principal's report? CCRPI.
Yay!
Okay, so our CCRPI went up almost 5 points, so that's awesome. For those of you that don't know what that is, it's college and career readiness profile of our school. So they give us a score. All these different components create a score. And our score this year was a 95.9. Last year was a 91 overall. They take everything, they look at our milestones, they look at the GAA test that some of our special education students take, they look at our access test, which is a nationwide test that students of a second language that ESOL students take. Then they look at all of our subgroups, they look at our attendance, and they give us a score. So right here, this first slide about CCRPI is just the makeup of our school. So the state has us for last year, pre-K through 5, we had 487 students. And then you can see how all of our subgroups break down. They have them by ethnicity, and then they also have economically disadvantaged, English learners, and students with disabilities in there as well. Okay. And this is all public. Like you can look this up the link is actually in this slide, but you can look up any school's CCRPI, any public school's CCRPI, because obviously private schools don't get this. So content mastery, we got a 99.3. That was up from last year. We got 100 in English and math and science. We did dip from the year before, but we still got a 94.7, and we still got an overall up. Progress, English, language arts, 97.15, math was 94, and then the EL proficiency, so that's the access test, we got 100. That was like a slight dip. I can't remember what it was last year, but it's a couple decimal dip. Closing the gap, that's where we had the biggest gains, and that, last year was 55. And this year, this past year, 25, it was a 90.6 based on milestones. And that's when the state sets a target for every subgroup. And if you meet the target, is how many points you get. So we did really well in meeting a lot of our subgroups. We still have work to do around our Black subgroup in reading and math, and our students with disabilities in math. I do want to say too that, all of these things tend to be a moving target, because guess what changes every year? The students that we are assessing. So, out with the 5th grade, in with the 3rd grade, and that's kind of the rotation. So, that is sometimes why you see schools dip, especially in that closing the gaps. Like, it does seem to be the one that fluctuates the most in schools. And then readiness, we got a 94.3. We had about 90%. We got 90 points for students reading at or above grade level, which is awesome. Our attendance went up. They get 93.63. And then the beyond the core, which is students scheduled in the arts, the fine arts, and PE and everything, we got a 99.34. All right. That's
Just want to give I dug into all the public data and want to give a shout out on the great progress and improvement on all marks to the teachers, to Ms. Atwell, parents, and the students in particular. It's fantastic performance, and I'm a competitive person, but we are the #1 school in our North Atlanta cluster for CCRPI in 25.
We are. We go back and forth with Brandon, so. But yes, this year we were, so that's awesome. And it's all because of these teachers. I mean, they really make the world go round here, and they know their students, they know what they can do, what they can't do, what they need help in, and, they're awesome. I think there was something else, but I don't have the agenda in front of me that I needed to mention.
Main campus update.
Oh, yeah. So main campus update, we are working with APS before our little people come, getting a new track and making updates to our little playground that's on the side at main campus. So that's really exciting, because APS has agreed to foot, I think, probably going to be about 60%, maybe more, of the track. So that's awesome. And get some improvements to our play areas for all of our kids. So that's super exciting. There's no plans for primary at this time. I've been told those discussions may begin this summer, where we will, I'll work with the district and then them to decide what primary may be used for after the little people move over here.
Do we know the date? Is that next year, or we don't know yet?
No, it's the 27-28 school year. So we won't move this summer, but the next summer, everybody.
Okay, so one more year at primary.
Again, Rayleigh, we'll pack up again.
But we get one more year? One more
Yep.
year?
One more year. It's your last hurrah.
That's right. Okay.
I'm going to expect big things from you and how we celebrate all year long, Rayleigh.
I can't wait.
Okay. Was there anything else on the agenda for me?
Yep, just the budget update for
yeah.
elementary school. Go team.
Yep. So our budget is, I was, fearing the worst, and that I was going to lose, $500,000, and instead it was up $300,000. So that's great. And have been, obviously already working on it with some ideas. So at the next Go Team meeting, I will go through the budget, the allocations, and then also, we'll vote on it. Now there is training next week, and you guys need to go to the budget allocation training to hear about how budgets are allocated. And I think it's, what, can you see the dates, Izzy? What are the
Yeah, I
dates?
can. It's Tuesday, the 27th at 5 p.m. or Wednesday, the 28th at 5:30 p.m. Everyone should have gotten an email. Yeah, those are for elementary schools. So just make sure you're looking at the ones that are specific to elementary,
Yeah.
registration.
So please attend those sessions. They, are mainly, you can ask questions in them, of course. The Go Team runs them. They're all online. So, you can be as engaged as you want in that, but I really need everybody to attend that, especially if this is your first year on Go Team. All right.
We can move on to cluster advisory.
Okay, so that's me. And we had that big, I went over the discussion with you guys at our last Go Team meeting, and our next meeting is not until February the 10th. And so I don't really have anything new to share because there's no, I think we're on track. And for anybody who doesn't know that wasn't at that meeting before, the cluster advisory group and doing the charter system renewal, the whole thing with the charter system does allow us to have what we're doing exactly today is to work together at individual schools with some of our own autonomy without having to do it system wide, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I really won't have anything new until after our February meeting.
Oh, and I do have to remind everybody, because this even came up, we are not a charter school. We just have a charter school system with the state, meaning the autonomy piece that Riley mentioned about. So this is not a charter school.
But that's it until after my February 10th meeting. So yay.
Yay. Thank you, Riley.
Amazing.
All right.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so the next piece is public comment. If there are any public comments that were inputted before the meeting. I did not hear of any, but Ms. Atwell, do you know?
What did you ask? I'm sorry.
No, any public comments?
No, I didn't get any notifications of any public comments.
Me either. Okay, cool. So moving on, does anyone have any announcements? Nope. Okay.
I'll put a plug in real quick. We have the art show coming up the week of Valentine's Day. That Thursday, I believe, is the date. And we also have bingo night on January 30th.
Yes. Perfect. Thank you for mentioning those. Okay, and I guess looking at the agenda, we have reached the end of it. So is there any additional business at this time? No. Okay, so may I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Motion to adjourn.
Okay.
Second.
Thank you. All in favor, please raise your hand.
Aye.
Okay, all opposed, please raise your hand. I have not any abstentions. Please raise your hand. Okay, thank you. The meeting is adjourned and we will catch back up next month.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Have a good
Bye,
one.
All right,
Thank you,
see you
everyone. Have a
guys.
good afternoon.
Bye.